Hi, good morning, UJ Patel. Thanks for joining. Are you a lurker or you just find the stream? Usually know about everybody that pops in here. All right, 2 minutes left. Let's take some earnings last night. Microsoft. Okay, looks like Microsoft's up a little bit. They had a reaction that dropped them lower, but it looks like they're um kind of back up higher. Apple had earnings. They are lower. Not too much lower though. What's up, Eric? They are 144, 145. So they're over here. That's not bad. Oh, you know our Pete? Oh, okay, that's cool. How's our Pete doing? I haven't seen him in a while. Must be busy with teeth. Good for him. Um, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon doesn't have earnings yet, but they're around. Time to dump Apple? Nah, I don't think so. There was a little bit. Really, it's gonna awesome. Well, seriously, tell him I said congratulations. Our Pete was a regular here for what seems like a long time. Good for him. It's like he's in a good spot. He's a nice guy. Good. Excellent. I like babies. Mine are a little bit, mine are still young, but they're a little bit grown up. Ah, the new possibilities. It's neat. And then they kind of get like locked in. And you're like, yeah, did I do a good job or not? That's the stage I'm in. I'm like wondering if it did a good job, and then little tweaks and twists around here. All right, Marcus gonna open in a little bit. 105 on Apple. What do you mean? Oh yeah. Don't you be in multiple chats there, Eric? You're gonna hurt my feeling. All right. So Ellie mentioned resetting Windows, so I reset Windows yesterday. I need to get Discord up. I don't have Discord up here. But all right, so let's see. So the Nasdaq yesterday kind of came down pretty deep and um then shot back up kind of towards the end of the day. Now we're having kind of a gap up session, which is a little bit weird. Come on, Eric. I'm gonna have to ban you here in a second. No more chatting. Would you have different keyboards? Um, Load style. 15-minute, no extended hours. 5 minute short term. I really like it on the 15 though. Let's go 15 days, 15 minutes. And I need to save this as some kind of a default. And I did like the accumulation distribution on here. I thought that's a nice little quick, because it works very similar to my volume aggregation tool. All right, so after reloading and reinstalling my OS yesterday, things are a little bit perkier. Ooh, look at that. Nice, good scrolling. All right, so Apple's down 2%. Let's go see what isn't. Tilray Yeah, that I don't know how to get working. Having a heck of a day so far. What? Yeah. This isn't going to be sustainable here, boss. MANH. All right, there we go. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. MANH? The hell are you doing today? Earnings. Gap out. Look at that base. Mwah. Looks really good. Manhattan. So they essentially doubled, already up 9%. That is a nice base. Technically, they already broke out from it. This is almost like a second attempt. That's nice. So what do they got? Breakout point of 147. Yeah, they're already not 7%. 146 plus 28. It's 160, 74. Too early to be doing mental multi-step math for a guy that didn't go to college. Yeesh, that's not. Oh, there we go. That's not a good look for here, though. I'd have to, oh my gosh, 23. It has to get there in 23 days. Well, I guess from 161 it could. Wow. That, you see the thing just chunk up? That's pretty good. That is not too bad. Oh, now we're chunking down a little bit. That is a nice surprise right there. Oh man, that just dumped the. It's too far gone for me. That looks really good though. Seriously. I like that. I like it a lot. Does anybody else have Think or Swim like I do, or do you guys all trade on different platforms? There's something I can't quite figure out about Think or Swim on how to do something, and it's really integral to my being able to maneuver around this massive cascade of whatever watch list I've got. All right, so net at 142. See, I can't click on it. I have to click on the red. That's in a good spot. Net's not backing away. Little pullback yesterday, nothing crazy. Does have earnings coming up. 8.5. Trade desk. All right, let's get to, let's look at the big boys here. Apple. Apple was down 2%. Looks like continuing a loss to the downside. That's not super good. Microsoft. All right, Microsoft's coming down. Microsoft yesterday got down to 277, which was under the 20-day. And then bouncing back up. And now it looks like we're trying to roll back over again. Not sure if that means anything. Good volume, getting it up there. So I'm going to stick with my strategy. I thought I was screwed yesterday after hours. Like royally screwed. I saw it go down here. I'm like, well, that trade's done. Mole Man. What's up, Mole Man? Tiva? What is this? From 72 down to 9? Notice I start with the big picture there. Yeah, it has a good pop this morning. There's technically should be a little bit of support down here, but look how choppy this thing is. It gets up and all the way back down. Undercuts. comes all these drawdowns are brutal. 15%. Hard to hold through some of those. 17%. Earnings were pretty good. Not bad. Little bull flag right here before earnings, so yeah, maybe in for a little bit of a run. I don't know how long it's going to last for, though. You do have the 50 period moving average and the 200 period moving average acting as resistance currently. So a little difficult to be super bullish. All right, Microsoft continuing with a bit of a downtrend. Actually, I did exit about half of my Microsoft position yesterday, so kind of glad I did. Kind of glad I did. It wasn't a super huge position. Geez, these things are jumping around a lot. Amazon appears to be moving back to the positive, at least according to what I just saw right there. Microsoft, hopefully, is that negative? Microsoft. It was jumping up, but the price was going down. Oh, now it's back down to 0.3. It was moving up to 0.1. I'm like, I thought it was moving lower. Take a look at our buddy Remax. REMX. Pretty nice and tight in this area. So far doing a good job of holding the 10-day. Did close down underneath it once, but an immediate reversal. So far hasn't closed back under the 10-day. So we'll see if that's going to be respecting the 10 or the 20-day. Tesla's flat. Tesla actually yesterday with a pretty nice reversal. Nice bounce up in the middle of the day. Kind of close off with the trend line. Look at that right there. There's the trend line. It's playing with the levels. It knows the levels. Remakes Atlassian. So earnings, it is earnings season right now. Seems like it's always earnings season. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. It was in a pullback situation. Looks like it still is. Volume's pretty low. So it did have the 4-for-1 stock split. It's really been fairly anemic since. I was thinking of getting this thing off for the 50-day, but I've been just kind of watching how it's behaving, and so far I'm still watching. There's nothing too definitive here to be acting from yet. Looks like the 10-day, that's a 20-day, is acting as resistance at the moment. Market does kind of live and die with this name. So started selling off on 714 over here, and 715 was the high right here. We did come back pretty nicely though. This move up was a gap, however, gaps can usually be faded in either direction. So we gap down, we go up, we gap up, we go down. Gap up reversal, open neutral, potential gap up reversal here. So far, Bollinger Bands are pretty tight, holding relatively well. And your leaders are still holding up also. Check out Roku. Looks like Roku down 1%. Not quite so happy in new highs yet. Does have earnings coming up. Wow, quite a bit of volume yesterday. The volume aggregation tool shows a net selling pressure, which does seem evident by the candle as well. And additional selling pressure here today. Ah, 3 minutes till the candle close, or the 15-minute bar close on intraday. We'll see what happens there. Nasdaq back to, I guess another Fed thing going on today. Let's take a look at that. Why is she mad at Jeff Bezos? Jeez. Just to get headlines, I guess. This doesn't say anything about it, but IBD had it front and center. What kind of garbage is that? Oh, it's because I had to reload everything. IMD IDA breakout. Oh, we didn't look at AMD. Let's look at AMD. Ooh, also, wow, volume significantly higher on the open today. Yeah, looking like we're resting here, guys. He's on some names, not Tilray though. Wow, Tilray, impressive. 20% now. It doesn't look like anything on this chart, does it? Excellent volume. They finally making some money. Oh, they didn't even have any estimated earnings. Let's see what IBD has to say about the matter. Not signed in. Okay, makes sense. Jeez. 26 composite rating. Negative 16% EPS change last quarter. Earnings are due today, so they haven't updated yet. Oh, Tilray earnings mixed. Street likes something. That's some free cash flow. 3.3 million free cash versus 28 burn a year earlier. Okay, whatever that's worth. But the stock is telling what it's telling. It's gone. Definitely gone. So API has been on a deep downtrend, trying to bounce back. VIPs, Chinese stock. Chinese names up here again. There's some MJs kind of riding the coattails of Tilray. 3D Systems. 200-day support, a little bit. Man, it's so hard to get a good beat on DDD. EXPI. EXPI been able to put in a few good days here lately. Volume's a little lackluster. Yesterday was some elevated volume on a bottoming candle. Today not looking bad. They do have earnings coming up. They really have been fairly muted this year, albeit the big run up. Not too bad. All right, Microsoft bouncing back a little bit. So just kind of playing some games here, it looks like. Not games, just intraday stuff. All right, all in all, still nothing too bad. Net still looks phenomenal. That's the girlfriend you dumped because your friends told you to, and then you're like, "Oh, shouldn't have done that." Like stupid friends. Definitely a more pointed market. It's not a massive broad market rally. But the best names they're working okay. I don't think you can be too mad at them. The Apple quarter, I saw a lot of good stuff about iPhone sales were up like 50%, which seems crazy. But I didn't see any headlines about the M1 or M2. They did mention chips being a problem. Of course, everybody's mentioning that. So that's not a huge surprise. I still don't understand this chip shortage. Maybe IBD's got some good information. They usually have some good information. Let's see. Oh, that's a good article to read. Apple tumbles on earnings. There we go. What is the Dow Jones Industrial Average? That's not what we're here to read about. And that doesn't really give us a lot of two small paragraphs on Apple. Nope, maybe more? Nope, not more. Lovely. Some good numbers right there. Oh, here we go. Maybe that's a good one. iPhone. Dang. 50% is iPhone, and iPhone went up by 50%. Mac's only 10%. Services is huge. iPad, small, wearables. iPhone revenue pretty steady. All right, there's Mac revenue change. Q2, I think that is the M1's only been out for about 6 months, hasn't it? Yeah, since the beginning of the year. So that's the M1 and 16%. So getting back down a little to normal. Some good graphs here, though. Mac revenue change, iPhone revenue change. Never heard of 6 colors. That's kind of nice graphing. Black line shows 4-quarter average. Look at the uptick here since the pandemic. Well, actually, pandemic was here. Wow. Not since the pandemic. Good stuff. What's 6 colors? Apple and other technology stuff by Jason Snell and Dan Moren. Transcript. So 6 Apple colors, the colors of the rainbow. Nice. See what they say about Mac. All-time record for services. 16% over last year. Man, everybody jumped on that M1 right when it first came out. Kind of back to normal a little bit, it seems like. Oh, iPad Pro powered by M1 chip. That's pretty cool. That's going to be great. Jeez. End of the quarter with 194 billion in cash. Total debt of 122 billion. $17.5 through open market repurchases of 136 million Apple shares. Damn. How many shares does Apple have? Yeah, I will say Ellie is right. This computer is much snappier after stuff. 16 billion shares. So they bought, was it 136 million? I was 16 billion. Jeez. So that's 136 on top of the, or 32 on top of the 136. All right. So we'll see what's gonna happen there. Something I just noticed on the Apple chart, potentially well, looks like it's reversing here to the upside. We kind of had a base on base pattern form here a little bit. I was thinking another base on base maybe starting to form. You never know. All right. What is that? Oh, I can go through all the charts here? Oh, I didn't know that. That's what those arrows do. I've never clicked them before. That is hilarious. All right, Apple, Microsoft, trying to bounce back as well. You've got the NASDAQ. Also trying to rebound. Tesla trying to rebound. So we're trying to rebound back up a little bit. All right, so the Microsoft trade is still on. I'm a little bit relieved about that, to be quite frank with you. I was worried about that Microsoft trade was just going to set me back. And what's been a pretty, so far has been a pretty choppy existence in the market during these. I mean, well, the NASDAQ and the indexes have just been gangbusters, but some individual names have been really hard to pick at unless you try to bottom feed, which I'm not exceptionally good at. So, all right, but Microsoft bouncing back. How's Tilray doing? Up 40% now? 25%. FLGT pays. All right, Trade Desk. Trade Desk doing good. There's net up 2%. That net still looks great. Net's not too bad. Still some good options on the table if the, well, it's like I extended that measured move right there. We didn't undercut the 10-day and the 20-day, but things were definitely moderate in terms of pressure to the downside. Yeah, there's definitely a gap in things in terms of options. Not doing too bad though. All right, 0.17 for the NASDAQ. Holding pretty strong. They get to the middle Bollinger Band. No major harm though. The market's okay. Amazon has earnings coming up, I think on Thursday, the 29th. Yeah, it's tomorrow. So Amazon earnings tomorrow. We just saw, I mean, Apple and Microsoft both have pretty good quarters. Hard to say exactly what we're going to see out of Amazon. But I can't imagine it would be a bad quarter considering pretty much all the money flows into Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. It's been consolidating for a couple of weeks now. Earnings could give it a jump up. Market trend still seems intact. Not a whole lot to do. I think you have a good idea now about the leaders of the run. They're small in number, but they're doing okay. They're doing good. And Tesla holding strong. I'm pretty happy about that. That's positive. Kind of a slow morning though. My Roku doing stuff. Earnings on 8/4. That's next Wednesday. I still haven't made vacation reservations. I should get working on that probably. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. Not much going on here. The MJ stock seemed pretty stable though. So far. All right, now we got a little pullback in Tilray. But good action. Maybe that earnings is the... Let's look at MJ. I need to write a segment on ETFs. Sandal, QFIN. Good bounce backs this morning. Hopefully they can stay. Hopefully we can find those areas as lows. That would be good if we can keep those as lows on Apple and on Microsoft, because they're both kind of both in areas. Microsoft's got to hold that 20-day for me for my trade to work out. So that's what I'm hoping for. So far so good. All right, everybody, I'm going to bounce. Things a little bit light. Chat's light. Keep saying the same thing over and over again. So far, I mean, everything appears to be in a pretty good spot. Many handlers and associates. Looks like they've come down. Still outside of Bible area, but I mean, not bad. If you're looking for a pullback in manhandlers and the volume, not that super, not that great. So it's back to a more viable position, but it's very likely smaller position size. This is a great pattern though. This is a company that was, we were trading this back here, and this was just a monster. It's been pretty monster over here too, but a lot more choppy. So I'm gonna bounce, guys. You guys have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow.